What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. You're dealing with me. You're dealing with the best. Man. Business deals, man. There's so many that went left. Y'all have no idea, man. We had a chance to invest in this. Never forget it, man. I was out there with Big Nelson. Big Nail, what's up, Mr. Sledge? So we out there on the village, man, and that's what really got me upset. We got all this opportunity to get this money, man, and stupidity every turn, man. Big Nail, man, we knew him from the basketball court, and he also, okay, that could be a problem. That hurt. Now, Big Nail was like one of our guys. You know, we played him on the basketball court. Plus, we always had a respect for each other. And he was in banking. He worked down at this I don't think the bank is there. It was a savings and loans bank. But he was real good at banking. Like, very good. You know, you got something in your eye and it's just bothering the living hell out of you. That's what's happening here. So anyway, we sitting there trying to do the business deal. Then this musclehead decides to ruin everything. I'm thinking, I'm saying to myself, okay, we got this whole deal on lock. Everything's going good. We got a chance to invest in this doggone, like, plastics company. And I'm like, man, this is a good investment deal because they're gonna be, you know, I talked to the CPA guy before about the company. They're gonna sell out to this other company where they're gonna get a deal. And sure enough, they did. They got the deal. And the deal was very lucrative. And they ended up getting Powerade and a lot of other different drink companies before Coca-Cola and all these other companies came and bought them out. The plastics company was going to make a lot of money, you know, for the technology of the bottles that they came out with. And we were going to make a lot of money off this deal. And I was like, man, I could have been a multi-millionaire by now. I mean, really, a multi-millionaire off one deal. That's how close it was. We were negotiating, and Big Nail decided that the offer that they had on the table for the company, he decided to represent us in the whole deal and go behind our backs and try to get it with another company. He wanted to get this deal for himself, and he's like, I can make more money cutting everybody else out. Because he didn't like his percentage. Because I knew something was wrong, because the day before, Big Nail was like, you know, do we need to really add Steven to the deal? Because Steven didn't really do this much, and you know, and we're giving him a percentage. And I looked up the going rate for the percentage, and Steven is not really like that important on the list. And I'm just saying, I know this, but this is business and friendship is friendship. So I already knew he was shiesty then. He was looking for a way to cut somebody out of a deal. And then he wouldn't tell Steven. He wanted to tell me. So then, if that was the case, what are you telling Steven about me? Well, you couldn't cut me out the deal. He knew that. I guess he was smart enough to at least know that. Dealing with Steven, yeah. If you told Steven anything about me or removing me from the deal, that wasn't gonna go over well. So this idiot decided, oh, I got a better idea. Let's try to go and get with another company and come in on third party and take the deal to them. So therefore, when the company get purchased in a couple years, we'll be ready to go. Nope. He blew the deal because of his shystiness, greed. Had he not did what he did, that company, which got bought out, and the technology is now owned by the whoever company who got it, multi-millions of dollars were paid. That would have netted us, just for a brokerage fee, we would have got about, at least, I would have made about $3 million, give or take. He would have made about $2 million. Steven would have made about $2 million. So altogether, we would have been millionaires. That wasn't enough for him. Yes, VIP definitely get all better than all access. When you go VIP on the Patreon, you know you're in VIP. All access gets you all access to all the other things except for VIP material. And you know when you're in VIP material. Now, so after Big Nail screwed that up, Big Nail tried to blame them for changing things. I'm like, I've already seen the deal. They faxed it over to me and they said they just didn't trust it, so they're gonna go with another team because you tried to pull a switcheroo and screwed up the whole deal. Oh no, that's because they were talking different. That's why I went with another investor and brought them in to try to help us close the deal. You guys were still gonna get your percentage. But they've already made their mind up. They were going with somebody else. This is their way of doing it. I'm like, maybe not. But you got caught with your hand in a cookie jar. So now we can't trust you, Big Nail. That's basically it. So now I know not to do business with Big Nail. But Steven, Steven, my business partner at the time, Steven has a big heart. He's invested in a lot of different things with us. We did a charity foundation for the children's hospitals. And we did a lot of good charity work for them. And that was in 2015. So we did a lot of work in the children's hospitals. And when I had my other businesses up and running where I owned them, and I was like, I'm going to get my LLC. I'm going to own the business myself. And then once I own the business, I can go my own way. I don't have to answer to nobody. And then I could just distribute it myself, hire the trucks. That's when I told you when I didn't work for DirecTV. I had my own business distributing DirecTV and any other TV you wanted. I had all kind of businesses and put it under one umbrella. Therefore, I'm not working, getting paid, what, $6 an hour or $9 an hour at no direct TV. What am I gonna do that for? I'm not climbing a pole to put nobody's cable up. No, they got people that do that. I'm gonna hire them. I'm gonna close the deal, and after I close the deal, I'm gonna show them what's real. Oh, B, I did work a 9 to 5. See, that's the thing. People say they can't see me working a 9 to 5. I worked a 9 to 5. As a matter of fact, I didn't work a 9 to 5. I worked a 7 to 7. 7 at night to 7 in the morning. Then I had another job that started at 8 in the morning to doggone 4. Now, you want to talk about money hungry and determined? Y'all don't know what I went through during the economic crash to survive. Imagine all jobs are gone. Imagine your housing market is gone. Banks are gone. And you're like, what are you gonna do? Everybody else was folding up. I was the one still fighting. I was fighting a losing battle, but I was fighting. Every day fighting. Dude, I worked 1 year. I swear I had about probably 11, 12 W-2s. That's how many like jobs I worked for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. This was back in like right after the collapse. The collapse was that great. Oh no, I have, because I'm certified. So I worked at the machine shops where they had CNC. I'm forklift certified. So I had to work there. I worked in the office. I did any job they needed. I was in both worlds. I worked at CDW, Aon Hewitt. I worked at all these different facilities because I'm the jack of all trades. I was good at sales. I was good at everything. So I was always needed and useful and professional. They knew if they got me, I'm going to be at work on time. I'm not going to go and smoke weed and on the breaks. They ain't got to worry about finding me. I'm reliable. You ain't going to get any complaints about me to the office or anything. So I'll never forget I worked for this racist company, man. I went there and they act like they didn't want a black guy there at all. And the funny thing is they just hired this guy. They just brought him in. Like, he just been there probably 2 days, and on my interview, I'm getting hired. And this is like my last 9 to 5 job I ever worked. Yep, this is clearly my last 9 to 5 job. And as I'm working this job, I'm sitting there and I'm like, because this wasn't even a 9 to 5. I worked at 5 in the morning. I had worked 4 days a week. I only can work one job, and that was good. I had reduced everything down. I was working there, and when I was working at this place, it was 5 in the morning to like 2 in the afternoon, or 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon, and you done. And you work 4 days a week, and you good. Now, I like work right away. It keeps the time moving. So my productivity level was up, everything. But you got this new guy that came there, and people had told me he had gotten fired for sexual harassment at the last job he was at, and caused him a divorce and everything. So he's got this Mercedes, this all white Mercedes. It's an old, like 1987 Mercedes. You know, and he really thinks he's big time because he got that. And at the time, I didn't have a Mercedes. I had a Chevy, I think. And I'm just happy to have a job, working. And getting, you know, I'm building everything up, getting my getting everything back ready for my push, my comeback, you know. So I'm already prepared. The housing market's coming back strong. I can get back into the stock game. I didn't owe nobody. I paid everybody. So I had no credit card debt. I had nothing. I was good. So now when I'm working, the money all going to me. So, no, this ain't when I had the Cavalier. So at first I had what's the name? An old Dodge. You know, one of those 300Ms. I had one of them. And then that broke down on me, so I just finally got rid of that one. Cause I got tired of that car breaking down on me. But when I bought it, it was basically a lemon anyway. But I just needed it to get me from A to B. You know, so I can go to work. So after dealing with that, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with that whole situation, I was in a whole nother boat. Because once I got the job, I'm thinking, okay, dude, you ain't got to worry about me, because I'm going to do my job and you should be happy. But it was like, I've never felt that from like a Hispanic guy to be racist towards a black guy. And I'm like, why, dude? We both minorities. What the hell wrong with you? But that ain't how he saw it, man. He just saw a black guy, and this black guy in here, and first, but he smiles in my face like everything's great and give me the job to do, and I do it. Then behind my back, he's slow. We could get another guy in here and beat him. He's trying to make a contest on who could do things faster. And the company like me, they don't really, they don't understand. It's not like they dislike him. They just don't know why he has a problem with me. Because they're like, we seen you work and you're always working, but he always got something negative to say. And that's the company, the office. They would come there. And what really burnt them up is he talking about other people better than me that done this, and how he could bring somebody in that could outdo me when I broke all their records. It was nobody even trying to break records there. Me. I had the most like quality, like no mess ups. The machine's not breaking down. I didn't have to call over the guy to come and fix the machine. I didn't have to call over the tech guy. I knew how to troubleshoot, and that's something that's of value. When you can troubleshoot it, that means that guy ain't got to get up and come all the way down there to fix something. I can do it myself. And they didn't even have to train me. I knew how to get it to work, and that's why my productivity level was up, because I didn't have all these stoppages. So what really pissed him off is that they called me and to do an instructional video. They were down there recording on how to work that machine, and they wanted me to do the instructional video. So even though I don't work there no more, if anybody go and work for that company, they're gonna see me on the video giving instructions on how to work that damn machine. Even though I don't work there no more. That guy probably don't even work there no more. He's fired. Because the whole department, I would have still been working there. That's what's crazy. I would have still been working there had I agreed to go to Texas. The company was moving to Fort Worth, Texas. And I'm like, I'm not moving there. So they knew right away I was not going to Texas. They was like, you gonna think about it at least? You know, give you some time. I'm like, all right, we can give you some time. But when it's time for the move, the department, I'm not moving to Texas. My mom like, you should think about it. You should move to Texas. You be right near the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. They was gonna take us on a tour down to Dallas Stadium. They came down from Dallas. But you're gonna love it up there. We got apartments set up for you. I'm like, I don't care what y'all got set up. I'm not moving to Texas. Hell no, am I moving to Texas? So that was out the question. So when they went to like making some cuts, that manager, man, that Hispanic guy, he was so damn happy. They were like, we gotta make some cuts. Who can we go? He was like, well, we gotta get rid of the people that's not gonna go to Texas. He was like, can we get rid of Kevin? He was like, why would you want to get rid of him? He's like, we're gonna leave in a couple months, but I want to keep him. He's more experienced. No, we got enough work where we can go and we really slow down. Let's let him go. He was like, well, I don't want to let him go, right now. Let's just give him some time. So he was mad that they wouldn't even let me go. And I had to stay till it was like time for them to leave. And he was like, I want him to be the first one out, and I want to tell him he's gone. They were like, what is your problem with this guy? He's like, he just think he knows more. He hated the fact that he's been at this job and he makes more money than me, but yet he's not respected. People respected me more than him because it wasn't always about money. It's about the way you carry yourself. I've always carried myself as if I'm worth way more than him. And I basically was. I'm like, my value to the company is more than you. All you doing is, he in there flirting with some doggone temp workers trying to sleep with them. I'm like, this dude is I wonder why he got divorced. He's gonna be in another lawsuit right around the corner. It's another lawsuit waiting for him right around the corner. He dumb. Yeah, so somebody told him, like, I had gotten a Mercedes and all this stuff. Oh man, that's my property I own. That's the place right over there. And I used to live across the street. Now I bought that property and now they building on it. Look at, they got a building over there now. It ain't open. It ain't ready for open. It ain't ready for business yet, but what you and Burundi talking about? Y'all talking about the Bay? Oh man, what other business deal? Man, there's so many business deals that went wrong. I had an $8,000 consulting bill. It could have been more, but this wasn't my project. They never sent me the one sheet or anything, so I never saw what was going on. And the EVP of the company was like, well, we're having trouble moving this it's like this little cap. It's a water cap that goes on top of the like water bottles to try to keep it fresh. You can seal it, open it up. You've seen them everywhere now. So it's to keep freshness and all this stuff. So they designed a technology to get in there, and they wanted to meet with the investor that I was friends with. So they wanted an introduction. So for me to consult them, I took the entry fee, and I was like, look, just pay me, a percentage of whatever the deal is y'all get. I just want 4% or whatever. My 4% was $8,000 when they did their deal. And that was just for them signing on with them to be represented. I don't know what the final deal was. I could have probably got more had I came on board and negotiated that a lot differently. That's the one I wish I had Steven on for. If I'd have had Steven on that one, I would have probably got way more than 8,000. That was just my 4% from the introduction. 4% was 8,000. Oh, well, I remember we were going to buy a McDonald's. I'll never forget that. And we talked over it. My stepsister, she's like a manager at McDonald's. Like, she's been at McDonald's for like almost 12 years. She's a manager. She's running the McDonald's, basically doing all the day-to-day. I'm like, did you know that you could did you ever thought about trying to, buy a McDonald's? I'm like, McDonald's University, I think I told you guys, McDonald's University is here in Illinois. They built McDonald's #1 here in Illinois. No, McDonald's, the one that's the rock and roll McDonald's. That's not the first McDonald's. The first McDonald's is out here in Des Plaines. That's McDonald's #1. Oh yeah, they moved it. Yeah, I see they moved it from its original place. McDonald University by the Hyatt. They must have moved because they were out here in the suburbs. Because they have a hotel and everything. I've been to the university. They have a hotel right by the university. But anyway, you can go to the you can go there if you want to. You could just go to the university and pass the courses, and they teach you all about McDonald's. She had already done all this, so all we had to do was come up with $100,000. If you get $100,000, and I'm like, man, we can get investors to do it and get an investing team and buy our own McDonald's. Everybody come up with 10,000 or 20,000, we were good. Because I'm like, look, I don't want a lot of partners. First it went like we'll just all get in 10,000. And the reason why we say 100,000, because if you get 100,000, you can go to the bank and get a loan for $1 million. But that's how it used to be back then. If you can show 10%, because it cost back then about $1 million to get the McDonald's in Indiana. We were gonna get it in Indiana in that location because it's cheaper than getting one, like saying in Chicago. Chicago, at that time you're gonna be spending about 1.7, almost 2 million, depending on the location. in the area we was at, we can get a McDonald's for under $1 million. So it was like, man, we can get a McDonald's over here in Indiana for under $1 million. And you know us, Mr. Sledge, you already know. Indiana ain't nowhere from us. You know, we right by Indiana. We're closer to Indiana than probably any place in Chicago. So if you put down 100,000, you would have been able to get the loan for the $1 million. So we were all gonna put up at least like 20,000+ a piece. And so we're looking at basically 4 investors. And then my stepsister, she's gonna run it. We're gonna put in charge of the McDonald's. So instead of her being a manager, she's gonna be like president of the company. So it's a perfect world, right? Wrong. Now, right away, I hustle up, I get my 25,000. I got 25K ready to go. I don't care if I gotta eat sardines. I'ma have my 25K. I ain't touching nothing. I ain't buying no Jordans. I ain't buying no clothes. I'ma have my money. When I say I'ma have it, I'ma have it. And I was ready to go. So I had my 25,000. One other person had his 25 just instantly. We need one idiot to come up with his 25. And the idiot came up and was like, I got my 25, and he didn't have his 25. He didn't even have 5. And he lied this whole time because he was waiting and banking on his wife to okay getting this second loan. Like, oh, we gonna get this, and she's not really with it. She's like, I don't want to get no saying. I don't want to put my money into the thing. But instead of telling us, because we could have got somebody else, he don't want to be left out. So he lying this whole time and want to blow the whole deal, and rather us get nothing than him being left out. So he screwed around and messed up the whole deal. And somebody else came in and bought the land and built another restaurant in the lot that we could have got. And they ended up building a damn Wendy's or some type of thing over there, fast food restaurant. And I wanted to choke him. Because now I'm like, dude, you playing around with money. We could have gotten that McDonald's right there. It would have made money. And then they, like, man, that restaurant, they closing already. Restaurant game, you closed in the first 2 years, we'd have lost $1 million. I mean, like, idiot, how you, when you think McDonald's ain't finna make no money? You kidding me? We would have made that $1 million back with interest. It's hard to save. It's not hard to save. Believe me. I got a cousin right now who can't keep money in the bank. Now she got $2,000 in the bank because everything closed. She can't go out and spend the money. People gotta be able to curb their habits. See, I learned from the Indians, and I mean not Indians like, well, I mean like from India. Those Indians, when they came here to this country, the Hindus, I've learned from them. Because they came over and got gas stations. They came over and got businesses. They had their grant money, they didn't blow it. They stayed in the house together and paid rent together. They didn't go out to try to get the biggest, baddest crib. They ain't buy no fancy clothes. They was just glad to have shoes. And they was thinking, I gotta save up $20,000 so I can get this gas station. I got a chance to buy this. I'm gonna go to this business college, get my business degree, so I can show that, and I'm ready to go. So they went to business college, got a degree, went to school, passed all the tests, got a certificate. They did all the steps and they were already supported. They had like 12 in a 1-bedroom apartment, packed in like sardines. They didn't care because they knew they were going to move out on their own, have a family, have a nice business that they own. About time they even 25, 26, 27. They already owning a business. So I've always had a owner's mentality. If I'm getting into a business, I want to figure out how can I own this and do this for myself? How can I control this part and do it for myself? Like I told you, when I was working and had my own LLC and had these other companies and doing the SafeLink, the government phones, distributing them, I was doing that because I saw the money in it. I was getting almost $2,000 a week just off SafeLink phones. The only thing it was just tedious work of getting up in the morning, going there and there, setting up and doing all that. It was just tedious doing all that. But other than that, I was good because I could really make my money in half a day. Other people, it'd take them longer. Me, it didn't take me that long. Yeah, because I never forget and I don't know why these guys do that. They play themselves. The white guy, I guess that was his selling point because he was used to working with blacks who my state was, man, I just can't wait to get my check. You know, he was used to working with black guys like that. He wasn't used to me. And when he saw me, he was like, this guy, I gotta fire him or something because I can't have him on my team. And they put me with you. I didn't want to work with you. You bought his office. And I'm like, I'm only loyal to Troy because Troy is the one that hired me and got me started. But in actuality, he wants to move up in management. He has no dreams of leaving your armpit and think you're going to take care of him. He's okay with that. And I'm like, he's a West Indian, so he should know better. He's Trinidadian, so he should actually know better. But he didn't know better. I mean, I'm not saying everybody right now can do it. I'm not going to say by your next paycheck you're going to have it, but you got to start saving. What you do is write down things that you got to pay and that you need to pay, and things that you don't need that you've been wasting money on. You'll be surprised how much money you could save when you start doing it that way. When you start listing assets and liabilities, and how much time you spend BSing all day when you could have been doing something to better yourself. Like, I never forget this guy. Every video I did on One Crack News, he was in the chat room begging me up and down, yo, tell me what books to read, man. Give me some books, man. I want to get this knowledge. Told him the books. I'm like, man, go ahead, read these books. He didn't even read them. So I'm like, well, why are you wasting my time? I'm not saying that you can't save money. I know people with 2 kids, 3 kids. You know what? They got more money than people with no kids. The government then gave them more money than the stimulus package. I know. Then you get people that read books just for the entertainment value. They're not gonna do anything with it. They're not gonna do anything with the knowledge. I'm somebody that want to do something with the knowledge. It's like Kobe said, you don't waste another year. When you start seeing people lose their lives and like 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, they no longer here, and you're like, what in the world? I can't even deal with this. Because you can't fathom it. People losing their lives at that age, and you live longer than them. But as African American men, you hit 40. That's like almost like that's your midlife there. Most of us, we don't make it to past 60. And then that's it. From bad eating habits to all these different things that take us down. So we gotta, you gotta prepare to be old or different. You gotta eat different. You can't go out and drink like you used to and eating all this stuff like you used to. You gotta change stuff up. Especially if you want to be around. Sometimes you gotta rest. You can't just be a workaholic like you used to be. I gotta work smarter, not harder. So I gotta have multiple revenue streams kicking in. No matter how big or how small. Everything gonna start off small. The bulk of my money, people think comes from YouTube. It don't. I make some good money with YouTube, but it's not the bulk of my money. But I don't want to be at the mercy of YouTube. Not for the rest of my life. I'm working on producing television, movies. I don't want to act in anything. I'll produce it. Get my EP credits. And then I'm rolling, Well, you want to make sure that you get something that might start to be a crypto, and you might not. If it's something free that you ain't got to sign up and spend no money on, so you grandfathered in. So hopefully they do start a crypto. I like it. We'll make a lot of money off of it. We can make almost 7 figures, depending on how many shares you had in it, because we're already grandfathered in. If they take the Q dollars. I remember I promised John. John was like, dude, you just got to promise me, man. The first time you hit the weed, it's got to be with me. I'm like, you know what, John, I'm never going to, you know what, John? Okay, I promise you. First time I hit the blunt, it'll be with you, John. So I made that promise with John. If I ever hit the blunt, it'll be with John. So John down in Orlando, so. What is my end game? There is no end game. Because my end game is once, it's not about the money. See, people think the money is it. I can have $10 million. That ain't going to mean anything to me. It'll mean that I got a easier way of life, but the money never made me. It's the actual competing, the actual winning. I got that gene that Michael Jordan got, Kobe got, Isaiah got. I have that bad. I will compete. I've blown a lot of opportunities by not playing ball. So that's just how I roll. Hey, so that's just how I roll. It ain't gonna be no me not competing or me doing all that stuff. You ain't gonna see me trying to do no FaceTime with Drake and hitting up Drake. If I wasn't cool with you 10 years ago or something like that, I really ain't trying to be cool with no celebrities. You know, you see all these dudes trying to, I ain't saying they wrong for wanting that. They young. I didn't seen the people who are celebrities to be. I'm like, shoot, I know one of the biggest, Floyd. So I've seen all of them before. So I don't get excited for that. It don't do me no good. So people can pat me on the back. So for me, there's no real end game. Because I can have a $10 million deal, then what? Then what I do? I'll be like, I'm bored. I like to be in the hunt. I like to still be involved. It wouldn't matter. I could have $10 billion. I'll still be sitting here doing this. Talking with y'all. I do want those fruit snacks. Let me put this spree back. I'll take the berries and cherries. Oh, we good right now. The liquor's closed, right? No liquor.
No, you can about 30 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we sell till 2 a.m.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I can still buy liquor. Look at that gas station selling liquor, baby. What I want? Do I want to get faded? Nah, I'm cool. Hey, why not buy a Corona? I think that it's only right. Buy some Rona. Where am I going here? You saw how they put LeBron in that doggone, they put LeBron in that last dance. They had to do a trivia and put him in there.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
Crypto's dead. We're not allowed to touch your stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry for the whole DIY.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. What's your birthday?
Okay. Here you go.
And then just flip those.
What this one?
Sorry about that. Come on.
Okay.
I double stand it
Oh, okay.
because I suck at my job apparently. Alright. Sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
$8.99. Then I'll get you that. There you go, my friend.
All right, cool. Oh, dang it.
Alright, do you want a receipt or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, you're all set.
Cool.
Yeah, we sell like stuff like that till 2 a.m. every night. But then, as far as like wine goes, I don't know why, but we have problems anytime I try to sell it after 11. But everything else is good till 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. Have a good night.
Oh, you too, man. Yeah, the air is much cleaner out here. See, when you're in the rich hood, the air is just a little bit more clean. I'm like, it's almost smell like the. I gotta try to move out here. Shoot. They sell you liquor at the gas station. Like, I mean, bottles of liquor. That's how you know you're around the rich folks. After it's all said and done, what did it cost me? Millions. I'll say about 1.1 million. Or probably 700,000. Let's just say it wouldn't have worked for me. So I can't even get excited about that. But the whole thing with signing with a brand and all these guys that control my YouTube account, I had it back in 2016. All these internet shows, podcasts, they wanted to do that back then. I would have had it. I chose not to be a part of it. I said, screw it. I don't want no parts of that. But it's funny now because you can speed, you can do anything you want out here. Nobody gonna get you a ticket. Nobody gonna get you a ticket because ain't no court. So you gotta really do something to get a ticket. I'm riding around. You see, I ride around with my light on. They don't even bother me. go home, get a little downtime. Thank you, Mr. Sledge Burundi. Thank you. Hopefully we all be successful.